Hey guys, what's going on? Snowflake here, and welcome to a new episode of The Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion, number 19. In the last one, we basically went around raiding bandit camps, taking some dwarven junk, and giving it to Buffiel so she could fix the Imperial Orrery. That went pretty smoothly. Some of the bandits were quite tough. We got some pretty sweet armor, like Gauntlets of Lifesight, Greaves of Grace, Sylvan Bark Shield, and the Sylvan Scout Boots, which we've equipped. In this episode, we'll be putting some of that to the test, as we will be doing the Dunbarrow Cove Player Home quest. So, I don't think we read this last time. I said when all the DLC quests came through at the start of the game, we'll read them when we get to them. So let's read this now. Centuries ago, a great battle took place in Anvil Bay. In the battle, the legendary pirate Toradan ap Dugal, the captain of the infamous Black Flag, was defeated by the first Count of Anvil. Rumours have been circulating of a hidden underground cavern beneath Castle Anvil. The rumours are to be believed, and the final resting place of Captain Dugal and his ship have been uncovered. I should investigate these rumours as soon as possible. And by as soon as possible, it obviously means whenever you feel like it. So, let's go. I think we can fast travel there. Yep, let's go there. It would appear that there is a cave that leads under Castle Anvil. Rumours indicate that Dunbarrow Cove may be located under the castle itself. I should head into the cave. I mean, I'm surprised that no one would have actually known that or ever seen this before. I mean, adventurers, you'd expect them to at least go like around the castle and see if there's anything lying around. We've got some plants over here. Some water hyacinth nectar, sacred lotus seeds. Alright, harvesting underwater plants is a little annoying. I think that's it. Oh, there's another one. I got you. Yep. Okay. Let's go to ingredients. Sacred lotus and water hyacinth. I think we've had sacred lotus. Yep. Don't think we had water hyacinth nectar. No. Okay, we add that to the list. Remember, we are collecting every item on the game. I'm sure if you got this far, you probably already knew that. Lotus seeds, flax seeds, and some nectar, and some motherwort. Restore magic and feather, but damage fatigue. And 2 more of these. Okay. Wood door to Smuggler's Cave. Okay, we've got to be alert. Don't know what we can find around here. Got a barrel on the floor with brooms and yarn. I'm pretty sure we have a broom. Yes, we do. Okay. That did seem like something that's pretty easy to get. There's a crate here with hand scythe and tongs. Nothing really we need. Let's go around here. Nern root. It's definitely handy. Collared shirts. Really sure we have. Yep. Take it anyway. Take a repair hammer. Huntsman moccasin. Grab. Oh, there's a chest here. Hand scythe, pickaxe, and tan jug. Need any of those? Let's go up here. Some more stuff. Small crate, blacksmith's pants, and a pink pallet. We'll take the pants. Cupboard, pewter knife. Don't need that, okay. Battered crate, tan linens. We'll take Inkwell, barrel with a burlap vest. Oh, we actually need that, so take that. There's a lot of household items here, some of which we may have been missing. Shirt with suspenders and tan linens we have, but I'll take. Brown shirt we have, but it's worth something. Chest, pigskin shoes. I would guess yes, but okay, I'll take it anyway. Cloth and scales as well. Some more stuff down there. So I guess Smuggler's Cave implies that this cave was used for some form of smuggling. A couple of golds, stone cup and tan goblet. Really sure what we don't need. We do need a tan goblet actually. I'll take that then. Barrel, folded cloth, green felt linens, burgundy linens, sackcloth pants, pear, rice and venison, okay. Some food here too, leek and pear. Anything else? Yes. Don't need any of those. Blacksmith's apron. Perhaps. Nope. Take it anyway. Folded cloth. Another crate. Huntsman moccasin. Stone cup we already checked just now. There's a book here. Followers of the Grey Fox. Which we haven't read. So let's have a flick through that and see if it helps us maybe learn a bit more about what's in here. We are the Fingers of the Fox, the Children of the Shadows. More commonly we are known as the Thieves Guild. There are but 3 rules for followers of the Grey Fox. First, never steal from another member of the guild. Second, never kill anyone on the job. This is not the Dark Brotherhood. Animals and monsters can be slain if necessary. Third, don't steal from the poor. The peasants and beggars are under the personal protection of the Grey Fox, particularly in the Imperial City waterfront. Breaking any of the 3 rules means expulsion from the Thieves Guild. If you commit murder, you must pay the blood price to rejoin the guild. Blood price is for each person slain. You can pay any of the guild doyen. Doyen are the hands and eyes of the guildmaster. You take your orders from them. You get your favours from them. They can pay off the Imperial judges to remove your crimes, for a small fee of course. Our guildmaster is the Grey Fox. We don't talk about him in public, however we make sure that most folks think he is just a myth. We're thieves, not masons or scribes. Each member steals at his own discretion. The guild neither helps nor hinders with a burglary. However, you will find that you can only sell stolen property to one of our guild fences. Other merchants won't take hot merchandise. You won't be considered for promotion in the Thieves Guild unless you have sold enough stolen property to the fences. The higher in the guild you rise, the more stolen property you need to a fence. If you should be called to help the Grey Fox in some special way, remember that the best source of information is the beggars. Their eyes and ears seem to be everywhere. However, be prepared to spend a little coin. They won't tell you anything for free, at least not anything true. The guild takes care of its own. The doyen can remove the bounty from any guild member. However, it takes money to bribe the guards. The guild member must pay the doyen half of his total fines to get rid of it. Okay, well that's basically the Thieves Guild guide. Followers of the Grey Fox, basically a rule book and a little bit of a taste of the kind of things you're going to have to do once you get to the Thieves Guild. We won't be messing with that yet, but it's good information to know. Pewter mug. Don't need. Cool. Can leave all of that. Dark green shirt. I'll take. A couple of torches. Chest. Ooh. Burgundy linens. Quilted doublet. A book. The Locked Room, which I don't think we've read. Let me double check. Nope, we haven't read it. I think it's a skill book because it was worth 25 gold, so let's go ahead and read it. Locked room. Buffs up our security. By Porbert Litumley. Varna was precisely the kind of student her mentor Arf Camus despised. A professional amateur. He enjoyed all the criminal types who were his usual pupils at the stronghold, from the common burglar to the more sophisticated blackmailers. Children and young people with strong career ambitions, which the art and science of lockpicking could facilitate. They were always interested in simple solutions, the easy way. But it was Yana. But people like Yana were always looking for exceptions, possibilities, exotica. A pragmatist like Arf Camus, it was intensely vexing. The Red Guard maiden would spend hours in front of a lock, prodding at it with her wires and picks, flirting with the key pins and driver pins, exploring the hull with a sort of casual fascination that no delinquent possesses. Long after her fellow students had opened their test locks and moved on, Yana was still playing with hers. The fact that she always opened it eventually, no matter how advanced the lock it was, irked Arf Camus even further. "You're making things much too difficult," he would roar, boxing her ears. I think that means like shouting, I don't think literally punching her ears up. "Speed is of the essence, not merely technical know-how. I swear that if I put the key to the lock right in front of you, you'd still never get around to opening it." Yana would bear Arf Camus' abuse philosophically. She had, after all, paid him in advance. Speed was doubtless an important factor for the picker trying to get somewhere he wasn't supposed to go with a city guard on patrol behind him. But Yana knew it wouldn't apply to her. She merely wanted the knowledge. Arf Camus did everything he could think of to encourage Yana to move faster. She seemed to perversely thrive on his physical and verbal blows, spending more and more time on each lock, learning its idiosyncrasies and personality. How does a lock have a personality? It's a little too weird for me. Finally, he could bear it no longer. Very late one afternoon, after Yana had dawdled over a perfectly ordinary lock, he grabbed the girl by her ear and dragged her to a room in the stronghold, far from the other students, an area they had always been forbidden to visit. The room was completely barren, except for one large crate in the centre. There were no windows and no other door, except for the one leading in. Arf Camus slammed his students against the crate and closed the door behind her. There was a distinct click of the lock. "This is the test for my advanced students," he laughed behind the door. "See if you can escape." Yana smiled and began her usual slow process of massaging the lock, gaining information. After a few minutes had gone by, she heard Arf Camus' voice again call out from behind the door. "Perhaps I should mention that this is a test of speed. You see the crate behind you? It contains a vampire ancient who has been locked in here for many months. It is absolutely ravenous. In a few minutes' time the sun will have completely set, and if you have not opened the door, you will be nothing but a bloodless husk." Geez, that's a little bit of a harsh lesson. Open this lock, or you get eaten alive. Yana considered only for a moment whether Arf Camus was joking or not. She knew he was an evil, horrible man, but to resort to murder to teach his pupil? The moment she heard a rustling in the crate, any doubts she had were erased. Ignoring all her usual explorations, she jammed her wire into the lock, thrust the pegs against the pressure plate, and shoved open the door. Arf Camus stood in the hallway beyond, laughing cruelly. "So now you've learned the value of fast work." Yana fled from Arf Camus' stronghold, fighting back her tears. He was certain that she would never return to his tutelage, but he considered that he had taught her at last a very valuable lesson. When she did return the next morning, Arf Camus registered no surprise, but inside he was seething. "I'll be leaving shortly," she explained quietly. "I believe I've developed a new type of lock. I'd be grateful if you'd give me your opinion of it." Arf Camus shrugged and asked her to present her design. "I was wondering if I might use the vampire room and install the lock. I think it would be better if I demonstrated it." Arf Camus was dubious, but the prospect of the tiresome girl leaving at last put him in an excellent and even indulgent mood. He agreed to give her access to the room. For all morning and most of the afternoon she worked near the slumbering vampire, removing the old lock and adding her new prototype. Finally she asked her old master to take a look. He studied the lock with an expert eye, and found little to be impressed with. "This is the first and only pick-proof lock, Yana explained. The only way to open it is to have the right key. Arthkamu scoffed and let Yana close the door, shutting him in the room. The door clicked and he began to go to work. To his dismay, the lock was much more difficult than he thought it would be. He tried all his methods to force it, and found that he had to resort to his hated student's method of careful and thorough explanation. Ah, yes. The irony. I need to leave now, called Yana from the other side of the door. I'm going to bring the city guard to the stronghold. I know that it's against the rules, but I really think it's for the welfare of the villagers not to have a hungry vampire on the loose. It's getting dark, and even though you aren't able to unlock the door, the vampire might be less proud about using the key to escape. Remember when you said if I put the key to the lock right in front of you, you'd still never get around to opening it? Wait, Arthkamu yelled back. I'll use the key. Where is it? You forgot to give it to me. There was no reply, only the sound of footfall disappearing down the corridor beyond the door. Arthkamu began to work harder on the lock, but his hands were shaking with fear. With no windows, it was impossible to tell how late it was getting to be. Were minutes that were flying by, or hours? He only knew that the vampire ancient would know. The tools could not stand very much twisting and tapping from Arthkamu's hysterical hands. The wire snapped in the keyhole. Just like a student, Arthkamu screamed and pounded on the door, but he knew that no one could possibly hear him. It was while sucking in his breath to scream again he heard the distinct creak of a crate opening behind him. The vampire ancient regarded the master locksmith with insane, hungry eyes, and flew at him in a frenzy. Before Arthkamu died, he saw it. On a chain that had been placed around the vampire's neck while it had been sleeping was a key. Damn. Very good story, I like that a lot. Master tries to be evil to a student, and then student gets her own back. There was a Red Guard student as well, which makes it even better. Wooden door to dining hall. Oh, needs a key, but that leads straight into the castle. That is interesting. Yeah, very, very nice book, The Locked Room. I like that ending about how the key was in front of him, and he didn't think to check to see what the vampire looked like. And it was the irony of the vampire ending up killing him. Let's do some little bit of alchemy. Peak, green stain, pear and rice. Restore fatigue with damage speed. Green stain and pear does the same. We had some venison as well. Ambrosia and flax seeds, restore health and feather. And water hyacinth. Oh no, we don't want to use that. Hyacinth. Okay. Restore health and feather. It's pretty cool. Now over here we've got Canbalette. And a steel cutlass. I think that's the first steel cutlass we've had. Yes, it is. Could be useful if this ends up breaking. And can we do anything with the Canbalette cap? Ambrosia, restore health. Monkshood root pulp, damage intelligence. Viper's bug loss, resist paralysis. Very cool. And steel cutlass actually, you know what? Does the same damage, but it's got more hits on it than the longsword. So let's head into Dunbarrow Cove. You can see there's something down there. I followed the rumours and found Dunbarrow Cove and the remains of the Black Flag. However, the caverns are overrun by the skeletons of the pirates who perished here. I have to put them all to rest before I can begin to refit the cove. Okay, so, yep, I knew this, but my in-game character obviously didn't. Snake's gone up. Wisp Stalk. Hey! Wisp Stalk caps, we can see skeleton down there. We have had Wisp Stalk caps before, right? Yes, okay. Can we do anything with Monkshood or damage intelligence? Okay. And damage intelligence. We had kind of a thing before. No, I don't think so. Damage intelligence. And feather as well. Okay, so let's look at our mini-map. So that's the guy we just saw. There's a lot of markers on here. There's one. Let's save a game just in case. Don't think anything will go wrong, but... Red Saber Skeleton. Ow. Okay. There we go. Nice damage there. Oh, there's another skeleton like... Right, they don't do much damage at least. Now, okay, they're doing a little bit more damage now. There we go. Red Saber Skeleton with some bone meal. There's his sword down here. Master Forged Steel Cutlass. Ooh, that is a very good weapon. Is it two-handed though? No, it's one-handed. 21 damage. That's going to make this a lot easier. Okay. Master Forged Steel Cutlass. Let's go back here and check out these crates, calipers, doeskin shoes, folded cloth. Is that it? Yeah. Okay, let's head round here. There's another one. Oh, you see me. Alright, we got a level up from that. Blade skill's gone up. Ooh. Nice. Take another Master Forged Steel Cutlass, thank you. And some more bone meal. Got to alchemy up the last bit of bone meal we got. Motherwort. Okay, that's it. Just do a couple of damage fatigues. And I guess we'll just keep switching cutlasses. Okay, there's a couple more down there. We won't go get them just yet. Oh, well, okay. Doing some decent damage. Ow. And we send him down there. Brilliant. Is he struggling? Well, we're gonna have to go down anyway, aren't we? Alright. Okay, it's done. It's bone meal. There's another dead skeleton here with some more. And I want that cutlass. Take that. I think we've alerted these guys on the boat. Is there any quick way up here? Potentially. Can't get on this. Unless. Why can't I get on this? Come on, let's try and BS our way up there. This is the lowest point, right? Right, from here maybe? Nah, you can't. Okay. There's probably a way up somewhere. Okay, you can see that skeleton there. It's mad. There's another one down here. We got two of them. Oh, three of them. They're all here. Okay, this could be bad. Let's create another save. Just in case. Hold on. Yeah, okay. I think we should be fine though. Yeah, we're good. Just let's get to a more friendly location. Okay. This is a good place. There you go. Some nice damage. Okay, this one's at full HP. Let's go back a little bit more. Let's go back a little bit more. Still on full. Okay, a little bit more aggressive. That's fine, we're still got loads of health. Ow. Yeah, there's a couple of nice hits. They're all pretty low. They should start to drop now. There's one. There's two. There's three. And I was planning to go back down there anyway. Okay, so this is a fine steel cutlass. Which we'll take. And bone meal. Bone meal. Superb steel cutlass. Wow, we're getting the whole collection. Didn't even know superb weapons existed. Give me that. And we have a friend back here as well. Okay, not this one. Wait, no, there's two up there and one down there. We didn't kill anyone over here. Okay, I guess we were going to go down here. Damn it, didn't realize how shallow it was. Bone meal. Didn't his weapon fall down somewhere here as well? Guess not. A little annoying. Oh. Oh well. We didn't really explore down here. I see my athletics is going up. That's cool. Let's go back into sneak. So there was this little boat here with a skeleton in it. We added another one to it, of course. Is there anything around here? A lot of drips and drops. Doesn't look like it. Mini map. Okay, and this was the way up. Some wisp stalk caps. There's one. There's another. Some shrooms over here as well. Oh, this is just one thing. Okay. Wisp stalk. Nice. And what was it? Wisp stalk. Okay. Do we go left or right? Left is a dead end. Let's check out this room first. There's a bed here which we can use to level up. A rusty door which opens for us. Hand scythe, paintbrush, pewter pot, and pewter shovel. Not pewter shovel. Okay, we don't need that tool. Switch to this cutlass. Got quite a few of them now, which is nice. And let's get our level up. You have ascended to level 22. The results of hard work and dedication always look like luck, but you know you've earned every ounce of your success. Damn right. Let's go strength 2, endurance 2, and agility 2. So we've got 495 on the total carry weight now, which is very good. And yeah, we are nice and rested. So I guess we got to explore the ship as well. Okay, that's the area leading up to the... That's the captain's cabin. But yeah, that's going to be where we have our final showdown. So there's a crate, blacksmith's pants, shirt with suspenders and folded cloth. Another one here with a folded cloth. Some baby crates, which we can't open, I think. But we can use these to come back up later. Crate, calipers, and pewter cup. Don't need a pewter cup. Some beer bottles on the floor. Pretty sure we've had beer as well. Yeah. Okay. Take the beer on the floor anyway if there's any more. Stool, barrel, carrot, corn and potato. It's up here. Some more beer. Oh, it's gone into the abyss. There's the skull and crossbones. I bet they didn't think it would be that literal, but yeah. And here is a door to the Black Flag, which we won't use just yet. Can do a little bit more alchemy with the stuff we just picked up. So carrot, corn, green stain, and potato. Restore fatigue. Okay, now we will head in to the captain's quarters. I'm going to save the game here. Let's see what we have in store. So presumably there's at least one skeleton in here. And indeed there is. Very small place. Okay, this guy's got a chunky sword. I think we can take him. Ooh, he can knock you on the floor. Okay, Captain. We should still be able to comfortably win this fight, though. Nice little sneak shot there. Staying out of range of him pretty well so far. Okay, that was pretty bad. Okay, that should be enough to finish him. Yeah, that'll do. Rest in peace, Captain Dugal. Grab your bone meal and your... Oh, never mind, quest prompt first. I've destroyed the last of the undead pirates and claimed Dunbarrow Cove as my own. The cavern and the hulk of the Black Flag are in terrible condition. I'd say this place is tiny. After hundreds of years underground, I should speak with Dahlia Rackham of the Clarabella. She will be able to assist me in hiring a crew to turn Dunbarrow Cove into a suitable base of operations. So this is the Thieves Home DLC. There's one for like mages, there's one for warriors, there's one for like evil people as well. This is one of 4. I believe there aren't any more. But yeah, this is one of the player homes you can get at the start. We'll take your Master Forge Cutlass, start using it. There's a bed in here as well. And as you can see, apart from Captain Dugal's Severed Head, there are 4 books here. Captain Dugal's Journal, Part 1, 2, 3, and 4. Which, while we're here, while we're doing the quest, we might as well read them. So let's read Part 1. Let me just quickly add them all to my list of items. So, Captain Dugal's Journal. What was it? Journal Part 1. Okay. Part 2, Part 3, Part 4. Awesome. Okay. Part 1. I'm gonna try my best pirate accent. 30286 or thereabouts. I'm finding it unlikely that anyone will be found in this journal. But if they do, know that here be written the last words of the great captain Toradan ap Dugal, scourge of the Abyssinian Sea, terror of the Gold Coast, cutthroat of Hunding Bay, and Lord Captain of the Red Sabre, the finest band of buccaneers and pirates e'er to sail Tamriel. I ain't a man with much use for words. I ain't never been to no academies, and I ain't never wrote no books. That's kind of obvious. Words ain't never earned me no gold, So they's worthless to me. Kids stay in school. You can't all be captains like this guy. That's why you have quartermasters and first mates. But I'm going to be setting my last thoughts down here on paper, 'cause I ain't got much time left here, and it's every old man's right to have his words heard. Now me business was fighting, sailing, and looting. I became a leader of sailing men, the most feared in history, or so they tells me. Now before you be getting ahead of yourself, let me be warning you that me tale does not end well, as I'm sure you can see from wherever you found me rotten bones in this God's cursed cavern. Yeah, no doubt about that. I was born in a little town on the north coast of Skyrim called Dunmarrow. Me mother was a wench, and me father was a right bastard. God's sake. I wonder if there's actually a place called Dunbarrow in Skyrim. I don't actually know. Might have to have a look at that at some point. The only thing that either of them ever did for me was doing me the favour of selling me off to a sea captain when I was 9. Jeez, who sells their kid off to a sea captain? That captain, he taught me everything I'd ever need to know about sailing, and a few things about the rest too. You see, he was a smuggler, and he taught me all about smuggling and avoiding the Imperial Navy, as he run the schooner route from Daggerfall to Vivek. Shame he were caught and hung. He was close to a daddy as this old pirate ever knew. Closer than that bastard would sold me off ever were, that's for sure. Oh, that's just part 1. Okay, so pretty short parts. Alright, let's go, part 2. After the captain were hung, I got around Hammerfell a lot, just casually, the captain just got hung. Fell in with a few crews here and there, and after a time got myself hired on as midshipman on Captain Calidas's rig. Of course, Calidas was a drunkard and the damn fool ran his own ship aground in Anvil before we could any real pirating done. So embarrassed were he that he drank himself to death in one of the piss-hole taverns in his flat little seawater town. So there I were, in a backwater port where the war against the usurper broke out. I were out on hire with a rickety tub and her worthless rod of a captain when the Imperial Navy stole every pirate ship in port to go and fight their war. We was coming back into dock when we heard about it. Now only a fool doesn't bite when he smells blood in the water, and that captain of ours was going to hand his rudder over to the Navy. The rest of us, well, we didn't so much like that. We cut his throat and tossed his worthless carcass to the depths of Hermaeus Mora to feast on. So, mutiny, basically. The rest of us put keel to this mudhole and broke for the nearest cove to lay low for a while. I guess they mean this one. Now, the thing that I learned about war is that it's profitable for just about everyone except for the poor bastards that actually have to go and fight it. While the Navy were busy putting down the revolution, they were too busy to worry about a bunch of pirates running up and down the Gold Coast. And even better for us, the Navy was needing a stream of supplies up in High Rock to fight and didn't have the ships to escort them. In case you don't be knowing, cargo vessels without escort is a pirate's best friend. In just a couple of years, I had every buccaneer from here to Valenwood flying under me flag. We had dozens of ships and crew, and more men joined on every day. Soldiers and sailors, cast-offs from the war, escaped prisoners, they were the best cutthroats and sons of whores that a pirate captain would ever wish for. It brings a tear to me eye to think of them all. But even better than the men were the ships. Captured navy cutters, refitted privateer galleons, even had a few of them Bosma ships with the funny living sails in my fleet. The finest ship I saved for myself, the Black Flag. You'll find her running hull around here. She don't look like much now, but I can tell you that in her day, there weren't no vessel she couldn't outrun. All these men and ships, we called ourselves the Red Saber. The merchant ships called us Death on the Seas. We got to be so feared that most crews just abandoned ship when they seen our flag on the horizon. There no navy to stop us, Captain Toradan Uptugal and the Red Saber was known all over the east. Now I ain't one to brag, but the Empire had a bounty on me of 40,000 coins. Oh man, I wish I was alive at the same time as him. I would have given him a quick shank, got that 40k. Now that's something to be proud of course. The poor bastards couldn't never collect on it, Anvil being the wretched den that it is, and most sailors there, and crew and more men, joined on every day. Soldiers and sailors, cast-offs from the war, escaped prisoners, they were the best cutthroats and sons of whores, the pirate... Wait, did I go back? Yeah, never mind. And most sailors there worked for me anyhow, The Legion could never get no one to give me up. I wish those days could have lasted forever. But you know how it is, friend. Ain't nothing good can ever last. Okay, part 2. Part 3. I ain't got much time left. Sure, we had plenty of food down here. It lasted for years. But all this time in the wet and the dark, I got something nasty growing in me. What a terrible way to die. Not at the end of an enemy's cutlass, but because of some damned sickness. No seafaring man should die like this. At least I can still hear the water. I was telling the story of how I got mine, weren't I? I cursed the day that the Cameron usurper died and that war ended, because it was that day that Commodore Facile Umbronox turned his attention to the Red Saber. So I guess that's the first Count of Anvil that was referred to. And, yeah, Umbronox is also the name of the current Countess, Miliona Umbronox. So I guess that line of Counts and Countesses never stopped since then. A couple of months after the war, that fat pompous bastard decided to come down here to Anvil and take up port in my town. Looking to break up the Red Saber, the Emperor gave him whatever he asked for to campaign against us, despite the coffers being empty from the war in High Rock. When Umbronox couldn't get what he needed from my men in Anvil, he set out looking all over for the Abessian Sea with a black flag. There were hundreds of islands in the Abessian, and he landed a crew on each one. He rooted out my men when he could find them, hung those who were unwilling to go peacefully, and jailed those who laid down arms. No matter how many ships and men it cost him, he kept coming with more and more. We couldn't never get ahead of him, and we couldn't never mount a counterattack. It took him 4 years and a hell of a lot of ships, but that sea rat finally tracked me down. It was my own fault anyway. If I never made the mistake I made, he'd have died before he found me. But a man has to stand up for his mistakes, no matter if it cost him. Besides, ain't like I'll be fooling you, since you're likely staring at me bones as you're reading this. Literally. Umbronox had his main force out of port following the lead that I planted. I set sail back to Anvil, hoping to catch him off guard, capture the boats he left behind, and fight him with his own ships in Anvil Bay. Ha! Can you imagine the look on his pig's face if it had worked? I thought I'd finally get the horse on to show his face in a proper fight. I should have known, but he had men waiting there for me. We fought like hell, but we were trapped in the bay. The Navy men set the town on fire to keep us from fleeing onto land. I'm sure that the fine citizens of Cyrodiil didn't weep for the torching of a town of thieves. The main force of Imperial dogs held us until Umbronox showed up in his flagship. Umbronox fought me to the last ship, and in the end the bay was filled with sunken and burning boats. If I weren't fighting for my life, I'd have probably thought it were beautiful. So the black flag and Umbronox's rickety tub were the only ones that were still floating and fighting when dawn come. So I did what any pirate with sense would do. I tried to run. Now understand, I'm a right bastard in my own way. I'm a pirate, a murderer, a thief, and I certainly ain't never believed in a fair fight. But there's a line and an unspoken code between sailing men and Umbronox went too far. He had mages on his ship. Mages ain't never been allowed on my boats. They're no good, bad luck, and I don't trust them. Turns out I was right. I cut across the south edge of the bay along the huge cliff wall that used to be there. I had my helmsman stay as close as he could to the cursed cliff. I could hear those mages from the deck of Umbronox's ship, yelling some nonsense into the wind. A few rocks fell onto my deck, a few more, and then the whole bloody cliff came crashing down on top of me. Now don't you worry, I didn't die just then. The cliff collapsed around the ship, making this damned cavern. Better that it just fell on us, but no. It sealed the black flag, her crew, and me under tons of rock. We were buggered. So that's why there's a ship in a cavern over here, because mages decided to fire some spells and broke the rocks around them and ended up trapping them in a cavern. Interesting. I mean, I share your aversion to using most magic. I like my restoration, but other than that, I'm more than happy to just use my fighting skills, as you saw. Right, finally, part 4. I've seen my own blood more times than I could ever count, but seeing the ragged mess that just come up out of me lungs just now is the only time I ever been afraid of it. I guess I should be getting to the last bit of me story. Me and me crew were trapped down here, never to see the light again or some rot. We tried digging out, we tried blasting out, we tried calling to the Nines and the Daedric Princess for help. Nothing worked. It doesn't work if you pray to both of them. Like, it's counterproductive, dude. Some of the men went crazy when we figured out that there were no getting out, but most of us just accepted what fate had dealt us. We made the Hulk of a Black Flag into the best home that we could, and we tried making a life of it down here. We had plenty of stores with us, and since most of the crew were killed in the fight, there was more than enough to go around. I will tell you, though, that you ain't known suffering until you ate nothing but hard rations for 20-some years. Wow. They survived for 20 years, that's pretty nuts. All the pain I ever caused anyone has been paid back to me tenfold, and having to eat the same filth every day for the whole time I've been down here. Then Grim died off. Grim was the first, and one by one the boys have been dropping off. We all got the same sickness I ended up with. We buried them when we could, threw them in the water when we didn't have enough strength to bury them. Finally, we just made a walk to the fireside of the cavern a couple of days before the sickness ran its course. I am the last, and I suppose that makes sense. The great Captain Dougal, defeated by Fazil Umbronox and buried alive forever. I wonder what became of Anvil. Probably let it burn and swept the ashes into the sea. Nah, Anvil's good, man. He should go there sometime. Oh wait. Umbronox probably went back to the Imperial City to pat himself on the back and be rewarded with lands and titles. Like I said way back in the beginning, I don't expect nobody to ever read this, but if by chance someone does find me carcass down here in this pit, do an old seaman a favour, track down whatever descendants that fat old sack Umbronox may have, and tell them that Toradan ap Dougal says hello. Interesting. I don't think you actually can use that dialogue, but that would be cool if you could. Okay, so we've got to go to Dahlia Rackham of the Clarabella now in order to show her what we've got, I guess. And see if she can help repair Dunbarrow Cove to how it was. I'd imagine that will take some money. Where is she? Okay, we'll go fast travel to Anvil Dockgate.
Morning.
Morning. Oh, there's people here. Newheimer Portley.
Did you really face down Mehrunes Dagon himself?
Don't want to brag, but
They say he stood 200 feet high and crushed the temple dome with his fist.
He certainly did.
Certainly.
The
What a... You've got a point.
Myron Coates.
No, I can't argue
The
with
detect
that.
life thing makes it a little harder to tell.
You win this one. That's enough. What a what? That works for me.
Rumors.
Thank Akatosh, the Oblivion crisis is over. Although with no emperor and no heir, I wonder what will happen to the empire.
I actually don't know, dude. I don't actually remember what happens between Oblivion and Skyrim, and how a new emperor was picked and all that. Let's talk about Anvil.
Traffic through Anvil Harbor comes mostly in exotic, high-profit goods, easy to transport by road or Mages Guild couriers to eastern markets.
Can you tell me about the Prophet?
Sure, the guy down by the chapel. He's the one calling for some holy knight to return. Maybe we could use a few more holy knights these days.
Chapel attack?
I'd like to get my hands on the cowards that did that. I'm even thinking of joining the Prophet's Holy Crusade.
Yeah, go for it, Newheim. I'm kind of busy at the moment, but if you want to do stuff, it's cool. Can I get to you? Okay, we'll talk to Arvena Felas.
Going into that Oblivion Gate was an impressive feat of daring do. I salute
I haven't
you.
heard that phrase for a while, dare and do. What does it actually mean?
Please, go on.
She already likes me as much as she will. Tell me a rumor.
I heard that some of the provinces were talking about seceding from the Empire. Probably just talk, though. Everything's a bit unsettled now.
No doubt, no doubt. Tell me about Anvil.
You can't imagine the fuss some people make. My rats are no problem for anyone.
Oh, okay. You have rats. Probably won't be visiting you anytime soon, right? Haha. Who are you? Enelroth.
Enelroth, Morvaine's apprentice.
Don't know who Morvain is, but okay.
Please, go on.
He already likes me. Rumors?
I swear that when I passed by Benerus Manor last night, I heard someone scream from inside.
Huh?
Velwyn Benerus will never sell that death trap.
The hell? I'll ask you about that in a sec. What about Anvil?
Varel Morvay's been a good master. I like the town and the people. No reason why I wouldn't want to be here for many years. Just like the master.
Okay. Prophet?
I don't know where he came from. Just appeared outside the chapel a day or so after the attacks. Been there ever since.
Okay, chapel attack.
A terrible crime. Everyone in the chapel murdered. Who could have done such a thing? And why?
And shit, we'll find out. Tell me about Benerus.
That layabout? You can find him wasting time at the Count's arms.
Alright, so don't seem to like him very much. Okay, that's a new quest. Obviously, we won't be doing it just yet. Okay, there's little aloe vera leaves. Have we had those? Yes. Alright, well, can we do anything with them? Oh yeah, restore health, very good. And fatigue. Some of that. Okay, so I guess... Ooh, loads of people. Wilhelm the Worm.
I'm not easily impressed, but even I would think twice before going into one of those Oblivion gates. Well done.
Thanks, bro.
Tell me more.
You tell me more about Anvil.
Nice, friendly folk in Anvil. Even the Countess greets me in the street. Well, except for that Newheim the
We just talked to him.
He's a mean old scrote.
Alright. Appreciate that, Wilhelm.
Good day.
Ulfgar Fogeye.
Aye, I'm Ulfgar Fogeye.
Aye,
Master
I'm
of the
I.
Anvil Lighthouse. Visit the lighthouse anytime. Fine view of the town and harbor.
I'm sure we will, buddy. I'm sure we will.
Certainly.
Okay, he likes me. Rumors?
Have you heard the fall of Dagon yet? Take heart, the mighty hero cried. He looked up at Dagon and cursed his foul name.
Absolute banger. Love that. Sing it again. No, don't sing it again. Talk to me about Anvil, Ulfgar.
Ships sail from Anvil Harbor for ports of call in Hammerfell, Somerset Isle, Yokuda, and the Western Isles.
Big up Hammerfell. Alright, thank you, Ulfgar.
Take care.
Let's go to the Gold Coast. Oh, hi.
Hello.
Oh, Newheim.
I hope I can help.
Yeah, we just talked to you. How did you sneak up behind us like that? Okay, well, cool. So, guard here, some chests and stuff here, which I can loot. Bread, carrot and mutton. Russet Fell outfit, tan bowl. Actually, we needed a Russet Fell outfit as well. Tan bowl. Don't need. Some aloe vera leaves here. Take that. Shovel. Tan jug. Oh, missed you. Lockpick. Very nice. Pigskin shoes. Yoink. More leaves here. Can we make... Oops. Meant aloe vera, but I guess... Ambrosia, bread. Carrot, restore health and fatigue. Green stain. Mutton got as well. Can we do anything with that? Bone meal. Ectoplasm. Motherwort. Damage, fatigue, and dispel. So that little sack. 5 rices. Green stain, motherwort. Restore fatigue, but silence on self. Just restore fatigue. It's better. Let's go and talk to you. Oh, porcelain shirt. Quilted doublet, cloth, and lockpick.
I swear that when I passed by Venerus Manor last night, I heard someone scream from inside.
I just heard that rumour, mate.
Belwyn Venerus will never sell that death trap.
Farewell.
Right, let's talk to you, Timothy LaRouche.
Timothy LaRouche, late of the Black Dog, able seaman.
Able
I'll be
seaman.
staying ashore till my stash runs out, then it's off to sea once more.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Timothy.
For you, of course.
You like me? Rumours?
You hear about Gogan? A gang of thieves is running a scam in town and he fell for it. What an idiot.
I haven't, but tell me about Anvil first.
I've gone aground in ports all over the Abyssinian Sea, and Anvil's far from the worst. Got a forecastle for my hammock and Mirabelle to keep it
Oh,
warm.
I get you. Keep doing your thing, Timothy. Tell me about this gang.
An all-female gang of thieves has been recently plaguing Anvil with a very unique method of robbing. They pick on only
That's
the
not a
men.
unique method. It
If
happens
you want
today.
to help us do something about it, go talk to Gogan and Malona. Let's just say Gogan is intimately involved and leave it at
I
that.
mean, it's pretty obvious what you meant by that. Siren's Deception, name of a quest. Again, pretty obvious what's happening here. Women are luring men and jacking their stuff.
Bye.
Right, Timothy. It was nice to meet you, buddy. Get some more barrels and miscellaneous goods over here. Tan cup and tongs. Bread and carrots. Another mutton. Sackcloth pants and a lockpick. Let's make some more stuff. Bread. Oops. And carrots. And then mutton and ectoplasm for dispel. Dispel. We got one of those yet? Yes. Okay. And so I guess for Clarabella is this ship over here. There's another barrel. Russet felt. Take. Some more over here. Bread, cheese, and rice. Cool. Can do some more stuff with that. Bread, cheese, green stain, and rice. Restore fatigue. And let's head into the sea tub Clarabella. Okay, there's a trapdoor here to the mid-deck. Okay, this counts as stealing. I think that's for woman or man. I mean, now you can see it's a woman, but that's the person we have to talk to. Anything we do in here is stealing, so let's not do that. Let's talk to Dahlia Rackham.
The thought of what might have happened if you and Martin hadn't stopped Dagon's invasion.
Well, you know, that's just
But
me.
it's over. Thank Akatosh. The Oblivion invasion is over, and we've survived.
Okay, let's see if we can,
Take your time.
okay, she likes us. Dunbarrow Cove upgrades.
Let's do business.
Okay, so we need a total of 5,500 gold to upgrade everything. So let's just go in order. I'd like to hire a fence.
Pleasure doing business with you. Let's do business.
Fletcher.
Pleasure doing business with you. Let's do business.
And upgrade my quarters.
Pleasure doing business with
Cool.
you. Let's do business.
Security expert.
Pleasure doing business with you.
This is getting
Let's do
annoying.
business.
Spy master.
Pleasure doing business with you. Let's do business.
Okay. Supplier.
Pleasure doing business with
Oh,
you.
we're actually able to afford all of it. Cool.
Farewell.
I've completely upgraded Dunbarrow crew and hired on a full crew. Once a week, the pirates who follow me will provide me with my share of their plunder. In order to send them out, I must speak with one of them to send them on a mission. They will return to Dunbarrow Cove in 1 week with my share of the loot. Awesome, and that's that quest completed. I don't know if you saw the updates on the top of the screen, but we've got a few people who've joined our crew, which basically happened because I kept purchasing upgrades. Dunbarrow Cove is now as good as it's going to get. I'm just trying to find the names of them online. Just okay. Okay, there's no straight up list. But the pirates' names all the way. Cafiz, Melwyn the Mongrel, Tom Blackwell, Kovan, Jack Silver. Okay. Someone else. There's a whole list of people. I've just joined our crew. Fully upgraded. We still have 1487 gold left. We've completed that quest now. If you guys want, I can go back there, but for now, I'm just going to leave it there. We'll head back to Waynon. Okay, let's put some stuff back. A lot of backup cutlasses now, which is very good. Drop that. Drop 5 of these, I guess. And actually, we don't really need any of them. Health is better. Damage intelligence. Dispel. Nah. Magic potions. This one hurts us. Drop that. Restore fatigue, but silence we don't want. Drop those. Drop. Health will keep. Ingredients. Drop the nectar. Journal. Claws of a Grey Fox. Locked room. Cloths. Folded cloths. Tan goblet and scales. Okay, what are we going to do next time then, I guess? We'll get ourselves some horse armor, so we're going to have a very quick stream on the next one. We're just going to complete the horse armor quest. It's a very, very quick one. Funny in some ways, but we'll do that one. That's going to be it from me. It's been Snowflake. I hope you've enjoyed the stream or the video if you're watching this later. If you did, feel free to check out all of my links below, especially my Discord. My stream schedule for the week is going to be posted there very shortly. And also, yeah, you get notified when I go live. That's pretty cool too. But, hope you have a great day. And I hope I see you in the future. Take care. And peace.